Hey, this is Ryan, and today in video number 4, I'm going to cover Terraform. Terraform is like CloudFormation, except that it's open source, so you could use it with any cloud platform. And the tutorial that I'm following is from the Free Code Camp YouTube tutorial called Terraform course. I'll leave a link in the description. I also left my Terraform template on GitHub, so you can copy that if you want. And okay, so I am doing this in Visual Studio Code. The first thing that you'll need is your access keys to your account. I have my access keys blurred out, and where you can find yours is if you go to up here in my security credentials and then click on access keys. You can either create a new one or use the same one that you already have. So you'll paste that here. You also need your correct region that you're in. I'll just use US East 1, and you can find that up here. Alright, so moving on, we do need our PEM key. It's one other thing that we have to download. So go to EC2, go to key pairs, we'll do create key pair. Let's call this Terraform. We'll do PEM format, create key pair. Alright, I have that copied in a folder. And we need to open up a new terminal if you haven't already. So go to terminal, new terminal, down here. Okay, so I'm in the folder where my PEM file is at. Okay, so terraform.pem. That's where we need to be. That matches. Okay, before we do anything, the first command that you'll have to run is Terraform init. So create our plugins. You'll see that up here. That will basically allow you to connect to AWS. Once you initialize it, then I think we're good to go. We can start creating our template. This is going to be an HCL, HashiCorp language, and Terraform also recognizes JSON. Okay, so like last time, if you just Google, let's say Terraform, AWS, and then you can go to their docs. It'll show you the basic structure that you can copy into your template, and then you can make your changes. Okay, so for the first one, if we created a VPC, you can follow this this tree here and go down, find AWS VPC, and here's their example. So what I did is I copied this first line, just paste that in here, and then you can change the name of your resource right here. Got a tag, you can use that if you want, and that's it for our VPC. So I'm just going to go down through the list. It's going to be a short tutorial. So the next thing we'll do is create an internet gateway, and I'm not going to go through each and every one, but what you do is you just go through this tree and you find the example. You find internet gateway, you paste that in, you give it a name, and you create your VPC ID. Next thing is to create a custom route table. Same thing there, nothing too complicated. Create a subnet. Here what you have to look out for is your availability zone, so make sure this matches. I'm in US East 1A. We're going to associate our subnet with a route table, create a security group. These are the ports we will allow. 443, 80, so that's for web traffic, SSH, create a network interface, assign an elastic IP, and most importantly, we're going to create our Ubuntu server. So we have our web server instance. This is our AMI. And to find that, let's say we went back to EC2, go to instances, let's do launch instance. And which one did I pick here? Okay, I think we'll do, here we go, Ubuntu. And I picked this one, so you'll copy this AMI ID, paste that in here, and we're just going to use a T2 micro. Availability zone is still East 1A. Here's our PEM key that we downloaded. Still need to change that, so I think I just called that Terraform. Yeah, Terraform. That'll work. Once we launch our instance, we're going to run this bash script. We're going to install Apache And once we find our URL, it'll echo, this is your first web server. All right, so I think that's it. To apply that, go down here to the terminal and we'll do Terraform apply, enter. Enter value, yes. And it should take about a minute. Okay, I got an error. I think this is because I did not use the most recent AMI. I think I just left the old one in there from last time. So let's go back. Let's find our, okay, here's our AMI. Let's paste that. Okay, let's try that again. Terraform apply. All right, all finished. It says apply complete. One resource added. So if we're going back over to our EC2 instance, it shows our web server is running. Still initializing. All right, finally, it's done initializing. So if we wanted to SSH into it, I'm gonna load up git bash. Let's do cd space. Just gonna click and drag our project. Press enter. We do ls. That shows Terraform PEM. Okay, good there. We'll do chmod 400 Terraform PEM. Okay, and then lastly, we'll copy this. So SSH Terraform PEM, username and IP. Click yes. All right, so we're in. And that's pretty much it. This is our server. I can exit out of this. Now if we want to delete all the resources that we just created, we'll go back to our terminal, and I'm going to do Terraform destroy. Yes. Okay, it shows it shutting down, so that's gonna delete all the resources that we just created, including our VPC. And so that is it for today's tutorial. And for the next one, I think I'll probably cover Jenkins.